Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay and welcome back to a very unusual beginning for an episode here in Chronicon. What we are doing is I am actually playing a run as the Warden. The reason I am doing this is because I believe that I am well placed to get a really good kill streak. As you can see, we are on anomaly level 2. Apologies if you can't hear the sound. So I had to, I was initially listening to it on my speakers, and then I had to change things around because in the middle of the run I started this recording and obviously had to switch over to my mic, and that seems to have killed the sound, at least for me. However, the sound should still be coming through the system, and if there are sounds coming through the system, then OBS should still be able to detect and record them. If not, then we'll just have a bit of a a silent movie edition for this opening. Now, as you can see, I've got a kill streak of 1371, and unfortunately, we are being pulled to the right. The right is where the exit is. We've killed most of the things to the left. There are probably more things to kill in the left, but the right is where we are being directed to go, because this is where the exit is. And I, wasn't planning on, I'm gonna make more explanations. Ooh, Armageddon, we've hit 1500. Oh, and we've managed to chain our streak as well. Okay. We're definitely gonna have a good streak as long as we don't get killed. As long as we... oh my god, it's very stressful. As long as we stay alive, and as long as we keep hitting enemies and keeping enemies, this should be good. Oh my god, it's so stressful. I cannot see what's going on. Oh god. Okay, everybody just calm down. Everybody, please just calm down. Be quiet. Well, I mean, it's quiet for me. I mean, be visually less, more quiet. Let's bring the visual noise down a little bit. This is a small-ish level, which is kind of unfortunate because it means we are not going to hit 2000. I was hoping that we'd hit that milestone, but even this, going into the 1700s, is pretty darn good. And it's got to be a record, right? I don't think we would have hit this milestone before that. We will confirm whether it's a new record or not as soon as we finish off. I want to get as many as I can, right? I want to get as many kills as I can, and I think we're close to the end. More than 1750. We're gonna end at new record. There we go. Armageddon. A whole bunch of experience, a whole bunch of crystals, and just to cap things off, let's finish this anomaly. You've long awaited a challenger. I'm sure you have. Okay. Ash Hoof. You are going down. This is a tier 93. Alright. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna just check something. It doesn't look like OBS is picking up any audio, so it looks like the audio has been completely killed. There was obviously no way for me to check this while I was doing the streak, because I was so focused on it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do... Well, actually, hang on. Let me just... what I'll do is I'll end the game. We'll start... I'll restart OBS, and then we'll... come back, and then I'll explain what I'm doing, and then I'll explain what's happening in this video. I know it's confusing, and trust me, it's not something that I planned, but I just had to. The moment I realized we were about to hit a new kill streak record, I just had to show it. Even though there's no sound, that's okay, that's fine. The sound is going to come back shortly, right? I'll be back with you in a bit. Alright, we are back. The sound is being captured, and we are going to continue as our Warden, not our Templar, and I will explain what I'm doing. So, this is, I guess, the advantage of doing only a couple episodes a week, is that while I'm not recording, I can do stuff off-screen, like a lot of, tedious grinding, things like that. And I came to my... Obviously, it's easier to grind on characters that are already high level. So I came to my Warden, and I was like, okay, I will just kill a few things with her. I'll do a few greater bosses. I'll just run a few anomalies. I'll see what that brings us. And then I started doing regular anomalies. Just pushing up in the numbers. Ooh, my god, nearly filled up the beast inventory as well. So, while I was doing anomalies with the Warden, I suddenly felt the urge to take her to anomaly level 100. Now, here's the thing. I gave up around level... in the late 70s. I was like, I'd like to get to 100, but it's just going to be repetitive, and it'll be more of the same thing, and I'd rather take a break and then come back and do a different character. But then while I was farming with the Warden, I'm like... I mean, obviously, completionism isn't the right word, because these just go on endlessly, right? Endless is in the name of this game mode. But you do want to hit certain milestones, and 100, I think, is it's just too good of a milestone to not hit. So what my initial plan was, I was like, okay, let's do a special mini episode with the Warden, and what we'll do is I'll do the last 5 anomalies. That'll take us to 100 and then past 100, and what I was going to do is I was going to do 90 up until 96, and I was gonna then start recording and be like, oh hey, let's do these last 5 anomalies on camera. But then I had that really long kill streak earlier, and apologies for the lack of audio. It was just I had to unplug my speakers to put the microphone in, and for some reason, doing that just killed the entire audio for the game. I feel like it's probably not the game's fault. I feel like if you have a program that's running, that's probably has to do with it trying to get audio from the wrong source, because I unplugged something and then I plugged in something else. So it's unfortunate that we didn't have audio for it, but I feel like not having the audio, in a way, at least for me, because I couldn't hear anything either, made the action even more intense, because all these explosions are going off, and in the game they're not that loud, but when you see them going off without sound, you kind of just... might not even make sense to you, but it's like when I was seeing, especially in the last level, all those explosions going off, I was imagining how loud they would be, and how loud they were. Like, in my mind, it was just a complete war zone, like just bombs going off left and right, and made it even more terrifying than if the than if we had heard the actual explosion sound effects in the game. At least that's how it felt for me. Less so because of the explosions going off, because, you know, we frequently have, you know, these enemy damaging effects on the ground and things like that. But more so the fact that I was on a really high kill streak. It was a personal best. It's definitely the highest that I've seen, that I've done and seen on the videos on this playlist. And I was like, you know, if I die, it's not going to count the kill streak. And these explosions are probably harmless. My character's defenses are probably good enough to withstand all of this, but nonetheless, it was just it was very, very nerve-wracking. And I'm glad, so glad, that we did it, that we pulled through. Let me go in and let's just, I mean, we've got another nice streak put together in this run, so it's I'm losing the ability to speak just because of how mentally draining it was. Just making sure nothing awful happened to that kill streak. One thing I will say is I was very proud of the way I maneuvered myself in the... so each anomaly has 3 floors. In the second floor, when I had initially, by mistake, gone a bit too close in the direction... too close to the exit. I'd wandered too far in that direction, and then I had to turn around because I had more enemies to kill on that floor. The way I had kept, you know, strategically, and this is deliberate, I hadn't killed every single enemy as I was going through, because I'm like, I may need to backtrack. And the way I, almost like, you know, the breadcrumbs that Hansel and Gretel leave in the, you know, in the fairy tale. So, you know, they get to one, and then, you know, they can see the next one. And then that's how they find their way back. That's almost how I was using these, I was, ready to keep my streak going, but it looks like we have this boss fight. And she's dead. And our streak comes to an end before 1,000. Alright. So let's go home, and I will do some selling. And let's, now that we're here, talk a bit more about what exactly the point of this video is. So, I was playing as the Warden to farm up some things that are going to help our Templar. Namely, well, one thing I wanted was just a whole lot of crystal, and as you can see, we have over 300 million. That is 300 million, which is going to go... I mean, I won't spend all of... excuse me. I won't spend all of it just on the... sorry, there was a bit of a hair on the tip of my tongue, and as I was speaking, it you know, it was feeling weird, and I was kind of trying to blow it off while I was speaking, and it probably sounded very strange. Anyway, so I had two objectives with the Warden. It's like I'll get a bunch of crystal, and I'll get a bunch of items that might be useful for the Templar or other characters. So initially I had just kept one copy of all of the true legendaries, but that is that is less than what, like, we need a lot more than this, right? Because certain things are going to be useful for multiple characters. The Ring of Pure Energies, increasing maximum mana, especially in conjunction with the um, with the oh, oh my god, it's on oh my god, it's on this page. The amulet. Oh no, sorry, not the amulet. This accessory, the cosmic cape that turns mana into damage. Right, so that's probably going to be a good thing for multiple characters. So I'm like, we'll get extras of things like that. You know, if we find them, obviously. Finding true legendaries is pretty rare. Ooh, let me sell this. I think I don't really. Actually, this could be interesting for a satellite-based build. But do we already have one of those? No, we don't. You know what? Let's just buy another row. 20 million just for one line. Yikes. So, I wasn't done. Let's deposit that. And you know what? Let's even deposit this. And let's keep going. 95. How long is this? We've already gone 11 minutes. So should we make this a longer video and just do all of it? Or should I mean, we're so close to 100. Let's show all of it. But all of the remaining 6 realms. And maybe I will go through these realms a little bit quickly. Not trying to do... Like, I'll judge it based on how the first realm goes. And, like, is there a chance that we're gonna break our record? Like, might we perhaps get a 2000? And because we've had on this anomaly that we're doing right now, the first floor is one of the very small ones with a tiny number of, see, we have not even hit 100. This means no matter how good the other 2 floors are, there's 0 chance of us hitting, well, 0 chance of us hitting probably even 1500. So I think the better solution is to just try and go quickly. That way we'll not draw things out. Alright. Bloodbath. So what I'll do is I'll kill people until we hit the threshold for getting to the next floor, and then I'll just go to the next floor. And this is a bigger floor. But even so, I think that first floor basically ended the possibility of this being a, you know, really huge kill streak. And also, I'm not really going through it in a very efficient way. Easy does it. Despite not going through it in an efficient way, I did manage to keep the streak alive in this final walk towards the exit. I know I'm leaving items behind, but I'm not gonna go back to pick them up unless I see a true legend. When a true legendary drops, there's a small orange T, and right now all I'm seeing is just some crafting materials. There are certain crafting materials that I will go back to pick up, but most of them I think, especially if it's just a bunch of crowns, and then just like regular legendaries, I'll leave them behind. And I know I said I'd go straight for the exit, but old habits die hard. I'm trying to keep the streak alive anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. And okay, we have kept our streak alive here as well. And if we had added the roughly 100 from the first floor, we, well, would be 100 more than whatever this is. I guess there's a good chance that we could hit 1,000. Okay, I see what kind of a level this is. This is the one with the central area and then bridges go into the other sides. So this one is going to be a bit tricky to navigate. Alright, we are doing well. The other problem with this is there are lots of little bits of the environment that are blocking our shots. Which is making it very annoying indeed. Despite all that, we are on track to get 1,000. And because this is level 3, we don't have to worry that much about the exit. Because the exit is just going to have the boss. And the boss is going to not add very much to our streak bonus. Like maybe it's a boss that either has minions or summons minions. But even if that's the case, it's not going to add that much. Looks like we are gonna stop painfully short of 1,000. Or are we? Oh no, we are gonna hit 1,000. Hell yeah, annihilation. Wonderful. But now we're gonna come to an end. And yeah, we not particularly close to the 1,750 that we got in our previous well, in the very first thing we did on this episode. Right, kill you. And let's rinse and repeat. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Man, what a weird episode. But a good one. It feels so good to be playing with a ranged character. Aspect of the ethereal. Do I want to keep another one of these? You know what? We bought the space, so why not? If we ever want to throw something out, we can literally just take it out and sell it. And let's drop this off as well. One thing I'll mention, I made a slight change to my... The only change I brought was I've equipped... Previously I had a thing that destroyed destructible objects. Okay, previously I had Havoc, which breaks all breakable objects. The reason I had that was because it helped me get some of the materials needed for upgrading the beast. Some of them you can only get by breaking destructible objects. Didn't really need that now that we've fully upgraded all the beasts. So in its place, I put this thing that gives me more experience from kill streaks. So just wanted to highlight that a little bit. So let me just pop my elixirs quickly. And now let's go. Alright. Everybody just relax. Alright. So, like I said, we've got a couple different objectives. The first one, the main thing, like, the, excuse me, it's so hard to concentrate on this while also talking. So the main thing I want to do in this episode is obviously get to a tier 100, right? But along the way, I also want to, and I guess this is the part that I can't control, I also want to farm some specific items. There are some specific true legendaries that I'd like, certain ones that I would like to have multiple copies of for other characters. And like, if we find them, we find them. If we don't, we don't. Oh, you see? In the nick of time, I kept my streak alive. No way would my Templar have been able to do that. Although, what I should be doing is, I do have this relic. I mentioned this on the last episode with my Templar. So my Warden has this relic, the wing of something or the other, and I haven't been using it that much, even though I do have it bound, so I can do this. And it's kind of a dash attack, and I believe it also does damage. I use it mainly for mobility, but it can be used offensively as well, specifically to get around quickly and keep your, like, go around corners maybe, and prevent your streak from coming to a premature end. Easy. And then let's go on. Yeah. I really should be using that more often and to better effect. Now this looks like a huge zone, and this is only Anomaly Zone 2, so who knows? Maybe if we play this well, and then if we get a good, you know, nice and big Zone 3, we could get a really good kill streak going here as well. But I've got to play really well if that is to be the case. And obviously, the higher we get, the more nervous I get. So far, we're only at 600 something, so not really that nervous. I feel like I'm getting a sense for how these areas are shaped, and which ones will loop back onto themselves, and which ones will just be dead ends. Alright, how are we gonna approach this? Maybe kind of sweep up, like go up, hit the top of this area, then sweep down, then kind of go in like a, approach it like a grid almost, but being mindful of these little mountain things in the way. as well. Alright. Oh my god, okay, now, yeah. I was like, should I keep going forward? Should I go down? I think it's time to go down. We're close to 1,000, I think, maybe. Oh my, and it's going even further down. Okay, I think we can loop through this. Yeah, but we gotta be careful that we don't run into some, like, weirdo mountain dead-end situation. Oh, the whole level has basically opened up downwards. That's gonna make things a little bit awkward. I think we can manage. And portal has opened. We are not done. We are not done. No way am I even close to done if I have anything to say about it. Okay. Oh, easy. Yeah, see, these mountains, you can get stuck in them, and then you might not be able to get to your next set of enemies quickly enough. Yeah, I think I should go in this direction now. Oh, easy does it. Oh god, oh my god. This is actually shaping up to be really nice if I don't screw it. Okay. This is gonna be important because I know there are enemies here, and I think what we gotta do is we've gotta kind of just, even though I know there are enemies in the parts that we've left behind, we've gotta kind of just give up on them and now make our way to the exit. Where's my... Okay, oh. I couldn't see the exit for a second. Oh yeah, okay. And we've even managed to chain things along. Now I see the exit here. It's to the right. Oh god, I was so worried for a second. Okay. Where are all the people? Okay, here we go. Easy, okay. Easy. And I think my elixirs ran out. That's how long we've been on this streak. Oh my god, it's... It's, Okay, I need to go down because there's obviously a lot of enemies down here that need killing. Oh, but the level has ended. Oh, I need to be careful. I don't think we're gonna reach the level of kills that we had. Armageddon. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna... Unless the level dramatically opens up as we, you know, get to the west, which it could. I mean, we might beat our record. That is plausible, although it's not looking very likely, but I don't think we're gonna really get close to 2,000. Yeah, I mean, it's still a pretty good streak, 1,600. And yeah, the streak has come to an end. And so on the mini map, I don't know if it's hard to show, but roughly, okay, so you see the cursor for our character. Just to the right of it, there's a little T on the map. That's the symbol for a true legendary item. And I picked that up. I could see that it's not one of the ones that really we wanted. But I picked those up just because, you know, they're nice. And they're the most interesting items to find. And usually the most sought after. Alright, now I know there are other things to pick up. I'm just going to go into this final area. The boss. And I'm just going to bring you down. You're dead. Alright. Guess we just keep going? But before we keep going, we've got to do some selling. Do I want one of these? No, not really. Not those. I think we've got enough of those. Not really that excited about that. It's not that hard to farm for true legendary items. So even if I end up regretting getting rid of one of these, we can always just farm until we get them. And the best way to farm for true legendaries actually is to just do greater boss anomalies on Mythic 15. And in less than a minute you can fill up your entire inventory. Alright. So let me do that. Let me do this. Let me actually look at my elixirs. Yeah, they're going a little bit out of sync. Probably just because I've been hitting the buttons without realizing it over the course of my streaks. Okay, tier 97. And I think now this one's probably going to be another relatively quick one. Yeah, not a huge area. Already nearly more than a quarter of the way through. Bloodbath. Carnage. Yeah, we're gonna hit 100% well before we get anywhere close to the exit. Yeah, the portal is already unlocked. But, you know, because it's so easy and because this is a smallish area, you know, there might not even be anything more. Oh my god. Something did a lot of damage to me. That's definitely something I'm not used to. Oh, I was sloppy there. I could and I should have kept that streak going, but I was just careless. But this is another tiny zone, so you know. Nothing. We were probably not even gonna hit 1,000 in this area, much less, you know, set any personal records. Yeah, another tiny zone. I mean, which is good for us. It helps us get through this episode a little bit quicker. Alright. Yeah, fairly small areas. Massacre. It is so satisfying killing huge numbers of enemies like this. I mean, it's probably satisfying to see, but it doesn't compare to how satisfying it is to actually do it, especially if you're doing it on a controller and you get the the rumble effect, the vibration effect. This game, by the way, certain games, it's an underappreciated feature of gaming is how well the games use the rumble effect. Some games overdo it, like everything vibrates and then that's annoying. Some games don't, like you'll get to a certain thing, you're like, oh, that action, it should have had a bit of rumble to it, but it didn't, and then that kind of takes the shine off. This game, it handles it perfectly, in my opinion. Oh, easy. Let's take a step off. That, and you are dead. Alright. Yeah, let's go back home. And before we go further, let's do some selling. Yeah, we didn't even fill up our inventory. That's how short that zone was. There might be regular legendary items that I should be holding on to as well. Yeah, I should definitely be thinking about that. But I mean, my Templar can find her own regular legendary items. The Warden can't do everything for her. One thing I'll do before going on is let's spend some of our mastery points. Specifically, let's put 200 points into damage. Or let's put 100 points into damage and 100 points into mana. Yeah. Hold X. What? Oh, hold X and then press A. Okay. Alright. And there we go. 200 points spent. And this is going to give us both more offense and more defense. This is going to give us just more defense. And then we'll get more of everything from having raised these as well. So let me just hit my elixirs. And then we just have a few more of these to get through. Oh, this looks like another castle zone, but probably a bit bigger. I like these layouts. The aesthetics are really good, and I like... And again, this is going to be one of those things that's probably going to sound a bit weird, but the fact that enemies are in rooms, for some reason, makes it more satisfying to kill them. Because I imagine myself, like, in... like those scenes in mafia movies where somebody bursts into a room and just starts shooting people. I know that's a really violent image, but that's how I kind of feel coming in. Like, these guys are just chilling in their rooms, and then I show up and just destroy them. with my rapid shot. It makes me feel really powerful. Alright. Easy, easy. I should have... You know what? I was gonna say I should have gone to the exit, but the exit wasn't even unlocked. We had to go here, regardless of... Oh my god. Certain enemies do seem to damage us quite a bit. I'm not sure, like, what there must be some affix that is causing enemies to be able to get through our shields, maybe. Alright, let's just go. And another relatively not that big area. A true legendary. Easy. Yeah, already nearly halfway there. Okay, everybody calm down. And that's the portal open. Yeah, oh yeah, it is really satisfying getting through these enemies, especially knowing that, you know, these are high-level opponents that we are dispatching with such ease, occasionally taking damage. But how did I fuck that up? I thought, well, that's potentially another potential kill streak of 1,000 down the drain, but that's okay. It's not like we were gonna find 1,100 enemies in this area and then break our previous record, but still, that's disappointing. As a nice big area too, so we would have definitely hit 1,000. Oh well, that's okay. That's fine. Alright. Alright. Massacre. Maybe we wouldn't have reached 1,000, because actually, we'll probably get more than 100 in this last zone. But yeah, there's a smallish area. Not that bad. Easy, easy. Actually, we might have been just barely short of 1,000. So maybe it's for the best that our streak ended, otherwise it would have been painful. Alright, next. Alright. We've got to get rid of our stuff. And do all of this again. Approaching 400 million, which is good. I think I want to keep unwavering loyalty. And let me just really wish it was easier to sell legendary items, because most of them are just fodder for selling at this point. Don't want that either. Okay. Let me just pop my elixirs again, just to be on the excuse me, on the safe side. This is all right. Tier 99. All right, easy. Easy does it. Already more than a third of the way through, so this looks like it could be a short area. Yeah, it's not looking very big. That's okay though, right? It's got these worms that I don't like because they have way too much health. Their health needs to be cut in like cut by half. Seriously, they've got way too much. Alright, alright. Easy. Easy, this is a bigger area. Where's the exit? I can't... Okay, it's in the top left. So let's try and go around this way first. Alright. Only at 26%, despite all the foes we've dispatched. So this must be a pretty densely populated area. Easy. All right. All right. I'm gonna turn back, and amazingly he was able to keep my streak going. I thought for sure I was gonna lose it because I wanted to come back and add these guys to the already long list of people we've killed. Just, you know, because I wanted to add, give ourselves a bit of a chance of. I mean, we're not going to be breaking any records this run, but let's just go as long as we can. Because you do also get crystals for kill streaks, and the better the streak, the better the crystal reward. Alright. We might even hit 1,000 in this area. It's gonna be tricky, potentially tricky. Actually, no, I think I got this. I was gonna say it's gonna be potentially tricky getting to the exit, but I think we can do it. Oh no, it wasn't quite quick enough. Wasn't quite quick enough. That's okay. Let's go to the next area. And this looks like a nice, hopefully small area. Maybe not as small as I initially thought, but not huge either, because we're already at about a third of the way. Easy. Alright, easy. Alright. Oh, already the boss. Ash Hoof is now dispatched. Alright. And we are gonna go do some selling and... Oh hey look, we found a rune. Just a... It's so rare to find runes in regular drops. So we're gonna have to drop this off. Let's already have one of those. Ooh, you've got a lot. What am I... What am I... Oh. I don't want to unequip one of my very important inventory items. A bottomless bag is definitely going to go in our stash. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, what have I done? I mean, there's no chance of me losing this item because I've favorited it. But coincidentally, this even happened to be the same item, so this could have easily been one of those mistake situations where I unequipped a very important set piece. But luckily, I caught my mistake, and we are past 400 million. That's beautiful. Alright, now we gotta drop this off. Go here, drop this off. And now we are at tier 100. But I don't want to just end up being at tier 100. I want to clear tier 100. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to clear tier 100, and then that is where we will end off this little cameo from the Warden. Really annoying layout for this area. Hopefully it gets better as we get through, but it probably won't. It'll probably have lots of really annoying dead-end areas. If they're small, like basically rooms like this, then that's okay. Hopefully there aren't too many that are, you know, pulling us in, and then we've got to backtrack a whole bunch. Hopefully there's not too much of that. Alright, it's not too awful. Alright. well, we've already hit 100. So let's go through and let's finish this. All right. Yeah, you know what? There's some enemies there, but some enemies there, but I will leave them, and I'll just go here. Very open area. Looks like it could potentially be very big. Already at 22% though, so it's nice. Settle down. All right. I guess I don't know. I was expecting. I know it was like there was no reason to expect this, but for some reason I thought the tier 100 anomaly would be like something like special, like maybe there'd be like a power spike, but no, it looks like it's just the same gradual increasing of enemies' stats, so it's nothing nothing substantially different, which is fine. Enemy stats do go up in a pretty pretty big way, and you've got to have a solid build if you want to keep up with that. And our build is definitely solid. Solid enough. There's room for it to get better, yes. And there was room for this streak to get better as well, but again, like I said, it's difficult doing this and also commentating. But yeah, I don't think we were gonna get a like 1200 in this final level, so we were not gonna be setting any all-time records. Alright, you know what I'll do is I'll hit these guys. Then I'll go backwards through this area. Then, I mean, then we'll just complete the level normally. Already past the halfway mark. So we would have hit 1,000 comfortably. But that's okay, because we've already hit 1,000 a few times this episode. Easy, easy. I should also be using my mobility item more, but there's no need to, because we already have our really long range, so there's really no point. We would have had about... We would have ended up with about maybe 1,500. Which is still pretty good. so I guess it is a bit sad that I fumbled the streak going between floors. It is always tricky keeping the streak alive going between floors, because you always have a bit of hesitation. You're like, which direction are the enemies in? Where do I go? And then, you know, sometimes you guess right, sometimes you don't. With my Warden, what makes it easier is I kind of have this like spray and pray approach. I kind of like a sprinkler basically. I'm like, I'll just do this and hope that one of those shots hits an enemy somehow. All right, we're almost done. So let me just pop these elixirs one final time. And take down Ash Hoof. And let's head back. Let's do some selling. 430 million is freaking fantastic. Gravity, don't really need that. Don't really need that. Don't really care about that. I'll deposit that and couple things to drop off here as well. Okay, and let me just go to my stash. Drop that. And drop this. Okay, now let's recap what happened this episode. We had a pretty unusual start, no audio, but that's because I, in the middle of a run, had to switch everything up just so I could start recording. Lucky that I did, because let me get to our statistics. I think you got to go pretty far down before you get to the streak record. It's lucky that I did, because if I hadn't, we would have missed out on the longest kill streak of 1757. And I think you can agree, even with the lack of audio, it's better to have shown it, because me just telling you after the fact, oh, by the way, while I was off screen I got this kill streak, wouldn't have been quite as impressive. So we got that, and it felt damn good. Then we came in, you know, fixed up the audio and everything, and did the other thing that I wanted to do, which was to get past tier 100. We did that, and I think for now, for a while, we're going to be done with the Warden. One consequence of having done all of those anomalies is that now we have a ton of these golden crystals, which is one of the currencies that you need to buy skill points, to buy things in the expedition tree. This means, in conjunction with the 430 million regular crystals, our Templar is gonna be able to go on a bit of a spending spree. I'll try to not spend it all, you know, because I mean, it's pretty easy to go through your currency if you're just spending blindly. I'll try to pick the ones that give you the most bang for the least amount of expenditure, but that's going to be an exercise for next episode. For this episode, I think we're just going to be happy with what we accomplished. This was partially a farming episode, partially let's get to this, you know, milestone number episode, and unexpectedly turned out to also be a let's set a new personal best episode. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little cameo from the Warden, because next episode we're going to go back to the Templar, and continue on, because there are a few things left to do with the Templar. I don't know if I'm gonna take the Templar all the way to tier 100. I might stop at like before that if I feel like we've found all the items, we've gotten the most that we can out of the Thundering Army build. We'll see. These are all decisions to make in the next episode. For now, it's time for me to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. I hope you'll join me for the next episode as well. Until then, take care.